what is progress? How do you define that word? Because you're about the roots of progress and all that. And why is progress studies a moral imperative, as you say?
Yeah, sure. I define progress fundamentally by a humanistic standard. So progress is anything that helps us live better lives, that makes us healthier, happier, more able to understand and control our world. Anything that increases our stock of knowledge or enriches our spiritual life, anything that contributes to peace, freedom, universal rights, anything that makes us, richer and wealthier. Anything that helps us shrink the world, both in space and time. All of these things sort of just making human lives better on all these different axes. And anything that contributes to that is part of progress. Broadly, I think of progress in kind of three main categories. Technological and industrial progress, economic progress is one category. That's the one that I mostly focus on these days in my research and writing. Scientific progress, or more broadly, the progress in the advance of knowledge, both the frontiers of knowledge and the distribution of knowledge through communication and education, is another area. And then the third would be progress in morality and society and government. And so these three areas, what we can do, what we know, and then sort of morality and how we get along, those three areas are really, I think, intertwined and cannot be separated in the overall human story of progress over the last centuries and millennia.
All right. Okay. So if those components are kind of the roots of progress, we might say, what threatens progress, do you think?
Yeah, I think the biggest threat to progress is simply people taking it for granted, not appreciating it, not even knowing that it's happened, not knowing how far we've come, or how much it would suck to be knocked back, to the world of, say, 1700 or even 1800. I think so. The first thing we simply need to do is make people aware. Just tell the story. How far have we come? How did we get here? How much of an achievement that was? And again, how much of a historical anomaly it is. If you look at these charts, right, they go like this, and then they shoot up right around 1800. Deirdre McCluskey calls it the Great Enrichment, and it's a phenomenon that just everybody needs to know about. I think that's the fundamental thing. I think and I think if more people knew about that and appreciated it, then I think more people would care about the actual roots, as in the root causes, right? The deepest causes of progress, understanding and appreciating science, and the development and growth of science, invention, encouraging that. In one of Tyler Cowen's, so Tyler Cowen wrote a book almost a decade ago called The Great Stagnation, where he was warning about this slowdown in progress. And one of his prescriptions was raise the quote unquote social status of science and technology. Bring back the prestige and the acclaim, and the general high regard that those things were held. And I think it's true.